Welcome to NACTV Reads the News. My name is Gwen Jacobsen, and I'm one of many volunteers that help create programming for our station. NACTV can be seen on MTS Channel 30 or 1030, Westman Cable Channel 17, Bell Satellite Channel 592, or online at nactv.tv. These programs are made possible by our volunteers, staff, advertisers, as well as donations made by you, the viewers. If you are enjoying your NACTV experience, please consider supporting us by either donation or volunteering. You can contact our office at 204-476-2639 or at nactv@wcgwave.ca. This week's edition of the Neepawa Banner and Press is dated Friday, August 16th, 2024. On the front page, there's a lovely picture from Carberry. It's entitled Carberry Memorial Honors Bus Crash Victims, Survivors, and First Responders. There's a picture of our Premier, Manitoba Premier Wab Canoe, and Josephine Stakotny, one of the survivors of the 2023 collision near Carberry between a semi-truck and a bus full of seniors. They pose here for a picture with the monument unveiled in Carberry on Sunday, August 11th. This is by Jolene Bell-Siumis. On Sunday, August 11th, the community of Carberry gathered with the city of Dauphin at the Lily Park just south of the Trans-Canada Highway on Wellwood Road to unveil a monument to honor those lives lost and pay tribute to those involved in the fateful accident on June 15th, 2023. The families of those lost and affected that day came together to grieve and to join together to further the healing process. Mayor Ray Muirhead offered land acknowledgement and thanked the Carberry-Langford Fire Department, Neepawa Fire Department, Brandon Fire Department, Shared Health, Manitoba RCMP, STARS Ambulance, dispatch agencies, hospital staff across the province, and community members that stopped to help that day. The actions of our fire department to keep the scene organized, people tended to, and the horrible scene managed is the result of the passion and dedication of our local fire department due to countless hours of training and preparation. Nothing truly prepares those members for a tragedy of this magnitude, but their professionalism and commitment that day helped those that survived and provided comfort to those last moments of some. While they are trained in moments of challenge or danger to go towards the crisis, but beyond the heroism, there is the healthy spirit and a dedication to community that they embody. And it goes on to say, the act of coming together to commemorate is an important step to heal and is important to go forward. Kind-hearted, generous, small-town Manitoba spirit is a powerful treatment to who we are and how we face adversity. The Mayor of Dauphin recognized the compassion and efforts of our community and that we all share in the events of that day, and we as people share a bond that will remain forever. We hope people will come to visit this memorial from time to time in this beautiful park and take time to remember and reflect. The 17 trees planted and future trees that will be planted add to the beauty and peacefulness of this park. As part of the dedication ceremony, there were poster-sized photos of those who lost their lives that day, as the crowd settled to listen to the dignitaries and words of solace and healing after Reverend Emma Seaman offered her words of prayer. The wind picked up. As the wind gusts blew over the beautiful trees planted in memory of the lives lost that day, and the poster board photos started to fall, Premier Wab Canoe, without hesitation, was the first to hurry over to hold a photo. The Carberry-Langford Fire Department members were next to offer service to hold the stands in place. As the speeches continued in the hot August sun, those dedicated members of our fire department stood behind the memorial photos as they had in the moments of chaos and tragedy. We are grateful for the determination of the families, the Manitoba government, Dauphin Community Foundation, the City of Dauphin, RM of Dauphin, Mr. and Mrs. Mazier, and the community efforts to erect this monument. The Carberry and Area Community Foundation graciously provided the benches that adorn the monument. The inscriptions were done by Gwen brothers of Neepawa. Those in attendance were there to honor those lives that we lost June 15th and the families of those lost, but also our firefighters, EMS, hospital staff, and those that witnessed the fatal accident. Many lives were shattered and forever changed that June afternoon. While the focus of all was the monument and our healing journey going forward, there were also pleas for our intersection to be made safer. While not fatal, that intersection has seen several accidents since that fateful day in 2023, and many noted that there needs to be a solution in a timely manner. So here we also have some pictures. A portion of the crowd that attended the proceedings in Carberry, those in attendance look on as the ceremonies are conducted. And here the memorial park and the monument at night. The commemorative monument shines brightly at night. See here, it's lit up at night in a shape of a heart. Looks beautiful. All right. Rolling Barrage thunders into Neepawa. Whew. Those in Neepawa are likely to have heard a thunderous chorus roll into town on the evening of Friday, August the 9th. Here they are coming into town. The annual Rolling Barrage initiative made a stop here that day, arriving at the local Legion branch by approximately 6 p.m. Not all wounds are visible, which is why the barrage rides coast to coast to raise awareness and end the stigma surrounding post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, and raise funds for support programs and organizations. Further details can be found on their website. One of the accompanying trailers this year was also designed in acknowledgement of those who served in Afghanistan. Pictured here are 3 of the many individuals who were part of the 2024 Rolling Barrage. Here we have a picture of a mother and a child who had the opportunity to pose for a photo with one of the riders. A couple of the different bikes that were seen in the barrage are seen here. They look so big. All right, this one is about the Neepawa Lions Club. It looks like they're going to suspend their operation. Effective July the 1st, 2024, the Neepawa Lions Club members decided to suspend the club's status as a community service organization. Although the Lions Club's activities and services will be temporarily unavailable, there will be an opportunity for the future of the Neepawa Lions Club to be reinstated. Lions Club International will keep the club's international charter open for up to 2 years to enable the community to recruit new members. If this effort should fail, the Neepawa Lions Club original charter dated November 8, 1938 will be permanently removed. The Neepawa Lions Club was chartered over 85 years ago. Literally hundreds of the town's citizens had been members. Over the years, they volunteered their time to serve those individuals and groups in need of financial support and physical help when needed. As a result, the Neepawa Lions Club leaves behind an impressive legacy of service. The motto for Lions Clubs is the following: where there is a need, there are Lions Club members to help. Because the Neepawa Lions Club had only 4 active members and efforts to recruit new members failed, it was a necessary decision to suspend the club's current status. There will always be a need to continue the club service in the community, but it will have to be done with younger men and women members. The current outgoing members would like to sincerely thank the citizens of Neepawa and area for their past support in making the Neepawa Lions Club a valued member of the town of Neepawa. So the Roxy Theatre, August 21st and 22nd. The show is called Twisters. A retired tornado chaser and meteorologist is persuaded to return to Oklahoma to work with a new team and new technologies. It's rated PG. And on August 21st, only that day, join us for a special presentation by local storm chaser Justin Ortel from the Weather Centre of Manitoba before the movie. Doors open at 6 o'clock and the presentation will start at 6:45 and showtime will be at 7:30. Then the weekend after, August 28th and 29th, showtime again at 7:30 p.m. and the movie is entitled It Ends With Us. I'll come back to that. The Beautiful Plains Museum History of the King Edward Hotel. Here we have a picture of the first King Edward Hotel that was built in Neepawa in 1904, and it was destroyed by fire in 1927. So this photo shows the hotel as it appeared on March 6, 1927, after the fire. According to past entries from the Neepawa Banner and Press archives, the owner of the King Edward Hotel, his name was Louis Vivian, he purchased the Dinwoody block later that same month and renovated it to become the second King Edward Hotel. The new hotel was located beside the Roxy Theatre, and a third story was added in November of 1927. The present MTS building is located on the site where the first hotel had been located. I didn't know that. Thumbs up, thumbs down. This week we have 2 thumbs up. Thumbs up to Blair and Margie Morrison and all their helpers who have done an excellent job in the upkeep of the agricultural grounds and Neepawa Ball Diamonds. Thank you for all your dedicated work. They look great. That was submitted by Dawn Schmall of Neepawa. The second thumbs up is to the Legion Branch 23 Ladies Auxiliary, Mary Murray, RCMP Escort, and the people of Neepawa who supported the rolling barrage on August 9th, 2024. Thank you for your support in helping to raise awareness and break the stigma surrounding post-traumatic stress disorder in veterans and first responders. PTSD can affect others also, so please reach out to someone who may show signs of this. There is no shame in seeking help. Submitted by Libby Clark, retired Sergeant RCAF of Neepawa. Okay, I'll come back to that also. Roxy Day in Neepawa. On August the 21st, the town of Neepawa residents will celebrate what is being dubbed as Roxy Theatre Day in Neepawa, with 2 special events dedicated to preserving and supporting the historic Roxy Theatre. Built in 1906, the Roxy Theatre stands as one of the few community non-profit run theatres in Manitoba. managed by a dedicated board of volunteers who invest countless hours to keep it operational. The theatre is a cherished cultural landmark in our area, and the tireless efforts of these volunteers are essential in ensuring its continued vibrancy, even though their work often goes unnoticed. Jody Baker, a local photographer who captures Neepawa and the surrounding area in all its beauty, will be having the official opening of her solo exhibit called Picture This, a Photographic Journey, at Arts Forward on August the 21st. Jody has chosen the Roxy as the recipient of the proceeds from her show opening barbecue. Jody felt compelled to support the board's behind-the-scenes efforts to maintain and upgrade the theatre. Her contribution aims to raise awareness of the theatre's non-profit status and its ongoing need for community support. In speaking with Kate Jackman Atkinson, the funds raised are earmarked for new curtains for the theatre. We have been working very hard at refreshing the interior, and the new stage curtains is where we are a bit short of funds, so any assistance towards that would be greatly appreciated. Adding to the day's festivities, Jody played a key role in the idea of organizing a special appearance at the Roxy Theatre on the evening of August the 21st by storm chaser Justin Ortel. Jody, who shares a passion for photographing storms and is an avid weather enthusiast, first met Justin through their mutual interest in photography and meteorology. It's an idea that had been brewing since the Twisters movie was first announced. I love events like this, and when I saw other theaters in larger cities doing it, I thought we could pull it off as well, and that our community would enjoy it. Once the board approved the idea, I quickly connected with Justin. He was immediately on board, generously donating his appearance to support the Roxy, Jody explained. Justin Ortel has been fascinated by weather for as long as he can remember. He loves forecasting and photographing all things weather and nature related. Residing in Brandon, Manitoba, Justin is 26 years old and the founder of the Weather Centre of Manitoba, formerly Manitoba Weather Centre, which he created at just 15 years old. Today, it has grown to almost 120,000 followers on Facebook and is an officially registered business. In addition to his weather pursuits, Justin has been actively storm chasing for a few years. What stands out most on this busy day is community members bringing together organizations and the community, which strengthens everyone involved. Arts Forward will fire up the barbecue at 11 a.m. and the doors at the Roxy Theatre will open at I think that's 6 p.m. Be sure to arrive early at the Roxy to get your popcorn and meet Justin Ortel. Well, it keeps saying a.m. here, so I'm not sure. It says a.m. Be sure to arrive early at the Roxy to get your popcorn and meet Justin around 6:45. Justin will give his presentation followed by the movie at 6:30 p.m. If you have any burning questions after the movie, Justin will be more than happy to stay and answer them for you. What better way to support a treasured theater than by attending a lunch barbecue, viewing some beautiful local photography, and enjoying a movie while meeting a local storm chaser. So here we have pictures of Kate Jackman Atkinson and Jody Baker as they hold up the poster for a special feature that will be shown that evening. All right, Out of Helen's Kitchen by Helen Drysdale. This week she talks about blueberries. The indigenous peoples have been eating blueberries or starberries long before settlers arrived. They ate them fresh or dried, used the juice to cure coughs and to dye cloth and baskets and to make a tea from them. Blueberries grow naturally across many provinces in Canada. Canada is the largest producer of wild blueberries in the world, mainly in Quebec and the Atlantic provinces. British Columbia is the largest cultivated high bush blueberry growing region in the world. Blueberries are Canada's most exported fruit. The pigment that gives blueberries their distinctive color, called anthocyanin, is the same compound that provides the blueberries amazing health benefits. 1/2 cup of juicy blueberries contains just 44 calories and is high in nutrients, antioxidants, fiber, and vitamins. The blueberry is one of the only foods that is truly naturally blue in color. The silvery sheen on the skin of blueberries is a natural compound that protects the fruit. Only wash blueberries just before you're going to eat them. Blueberries will keep in the fridge for up to 10 days and freeze well for later use. Blueberries make the most delicious muffins, desserts, and pies. Be sure to stir the blueberries into your baking gently, and preferably as the last ingredient, to reduce damaging the blueberries. If you beat or mix the batter too roughly, the blueberries will burst and the batter will become purple. The most famous dessert from the Canadian province of Nova Scotia is blueberry grunt, similar to a cobbler but made with dumplings of biscuit dough. There are 2 ways of making this delicious dessert. The first method is made by simmering the blueberries in sugar on the stove top, then dropping the dumpling dough on top to steam until cooked through. The other way is to stew the blueberries and then move them to a baking dish. The dumpling dough is placed on top, covered, and baked in the oven. The unusual name comes from the sound the blueberries make while boiling under the dumplings. Must make a grunt sound. So it's got blueberries, cinnamon, sugar, lemon juice, water. Dumplings is flour, baking powder, salt, sugar, butter, and buttermilk. A cup of buttermilk. So you'll have to go online to get those. Well, actually, maybe I'll just read them. The stovetop method. In a large pot, heat the blueberries, cinnamon, sugar, lemon juice, and water. Bring the blueberry mixture to a gentle boil over low heat for 15 to 20 minutes. While the berries are simmering, make the dumplings. In a bowl, combine flour, baking powder, salt, and sugar. Cut in butter with a pastry blender until the mixture is coarse and crumbly. Add the milk, then use a fork to mix everything together to form a soft dough. Do not over mix. Set aside. Once the blueberries are cooked, use a spoon to drop chunks of dumpling dough over the hot berries. Cover tightly with the lid and gently boil for 15 minutes. Do not remove the lid while cooking, otherwise the dumplings will not rise properly. The dumplings should be puffed and well cooked through. Transfer cooked dumplings to serving dish. Spoon blueberry sauce over the top and serve with whipped cream. So the oven method. Preheat oven to 400. Pour blueberries into oven-safe deep dish and add cinnamon, sugar, lemon juice, and water. Stir, then place the dish in the oven and bake berries uncovered. Bake 10 to 15 minutes for fresh berries or 20 minutes for frozen. While the berries are in the oven, make the biscuits. Take hot blueberries out of the oven and scoop biscuit dough on top of hot berries. Carefully cover the dish tightly with aluminum foil and return to the oven. Bake covered for 15 minutes. Remove dish from oven and carefully remove the foil. Place the dish back in the oven and continue to bake uncovered for 10 minutes or until biscuits are lightly golden. Enjoy with ice cream or whipped cream. Oh, I'm going to try that at home. Sounds delish. Now, there's a problem at the Yellowhead Centre. Tech issues delay ice installation. By Owen Devereaux. There is a possibility that we might not be hitting the ice at the Yellowhead Centre as soon as we had expected. Late last week, the Yellowhead staff started work on installing the ice onto the arena surface. Early on in this process, however, a problem was discovered related to cooling pipes that run underneath the concrete floor. The banner and press cannot confirm the exact problem at this time, but it's thought that one or more of those pipelines may be leaking cooling fluid, which ensures the ice remains solid. If those lines are not working properly, the surface would be an uneven temperature and therefore unusable. Upon learning of the issues, staff immediately ceased ice installation and began to examine exactly where the problem or problems could be. Yellowhead Centre Board Chairperson Wayne Jacobsen explained to the banner press that at this time, all they know is that there is a leak to the ice plant system and it is losing brine. This would indicate that there is a leak in the system somewhere. However, to date, we have been unable to determine exactly where the leak may be. We have technicians out from Winnipeg helping to deal with the situation, stated Jacobsen. We hope to have the source identified within the next day or two and then begin whatever action is needed to fix the leak. The Yellowhead Centre is a 100% volunteer-operated community facility in Neepawa that has been in operation since 1972. So here we have a picture of the cooling pipes which run underneath the concrete floor at the Yellowhead Arena. They assist with keeping the ice surface at a consistent temperature. If there is a problem with those lines, the installation of the ice would be delayed. Okay. Oh, and here's an explanation of the Yellowhead Centre potential repair process. The banner and press reached out to an individual with expertise in ice repair to explain just what will likely be happening over the next few days. He noted that once the leak was detected, a game of hunt and find begins. Cimco, C-I-M-C-O, a company that maintains and repairs rink ice plants and systems, will come in and force compressed air into the refrigeration lines. Once the lines are under pressure, workers will place a listening device on the cement rink system and monitor the sound coming from the ruptured pipe through a set of headphones. People experienced with the procedure say a worker can hear the sound of the air escaping from the broken line. The refrigerant lines run the length of the ice about 200 feet, and there are many lines, so the listening and detection process can take a while. Once the general area of leak is found, the concrete has to be cut out and the broken line replaced. That is too bad. So Carberry is having a homecoming, August 24th, 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. And it looks like they have this for the following things are happening: muzzle loaders, library, beer gardens, gingerbread house, museum tours, fire hall, free swimming, touch-a-truck, kids area, military, farmers market, drop-in center, arm wrestling, tail-to-tail rescue, Seton Center, food trucks, and a car show. Wow, that's lots happening there. CAT scans, few and far between. Oh no, no CT planned for Neepawa Regional Hospital, by Ken Waddell. CAT scans are not common in rural Manitoba. There are only 3 in all of Prairie Mountain Health at Dauphin, Swan Valley, and Brandon. The Swan Valley version was installed in June and became operational in July. It's estimated that it will do 2,200 CT scans annually. It was reported recently in the Winnipeg Free Press that it was making life a bit easier for Swan Valley residents. Cost savings is certainly a factor. If each of the 2,200 predicted CT scan patients had to travel to either Yorkton, 108 miles, or Dauphin, 106 miles, it would save 235,400 miles of travel time and expense. Seeing as current governments seem to really want to reduce gas emissions, this is a way to save over 235,000 miles of driving. Now, Manitoba probably doesn't care, as those trips are often at the expense of the patients. But if even 30% are by ambulance, there would be a saving of 700 ambulance trips. That should count for something with people who count the dollars at the RHA. The chart on the right shows the bed capacity of every hospital in the Prairie Mountain Health area. The current levels show that Neepawa and Swan Valley have the same bed count, but very soon Neepawa will go from 30 beds to 75 beds. That will make it way more beds than Swan River, but there's no CT scan planned at the present time for Neepawa. Agassiz MLA Jody Byram is circulating a petition to get Manitoba Health to put a CT scan in Neepawa. There are a number of people willing to donate to such a cause. It makes sense. There is a major need. Medical people close to the situation and who are aware of the Neepawa plans are upset that no CT scan is planned for Neepawa and have presented arguments to support one, but so far their pleas have fallen on deaf ears. It appears that PMRHA is over 2,000 CT scans behind at any given time. That should be proof enough of the need. To the medical community and local people alike, Neepawa is going to be a regional hospital, but it is being restricted in equipment to a local hospital level. In contrast, in rural areas of Minnesota that are similar to Western Manitoba, there are CT scans every 50 miles or so. In some U.S. areas, 5 hospitals share mobile CT scans, and they visit each hospital 1 day each, 5 days a week. Perhaps Manitoba Health needs to revisit some of the policies and plans. All right, Amaranth RCMP respond to fatal 2-vessel collision. Submitted by the RCMP media release. On August 10th, 2024, at approximately 4:25 p.m., RCMP officers from Amaranth and Portage-la Prairie responded to a report of a collision between 2 pleasure craft, Sea-Doo versus boat, on the White Mud River located north of Road 81 North in the rural municipality of Westlake, Gladstone. Investigators have determined that a boat traveling north on the White Mud River with 5 occupants and a southbound Sea-Doo with 2 occupants collided as they came around a bend in the river. The 2 injured occupants of the Sea-Doo were taken aboard the boat, where they returned to a nearby campground to meet with emergency medical services. The 31-year-old male operator of the Sea-Doo from Portage-la Prairie was transported to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 39-year-old female passenger, also from Portage-la Prairie, was pronounced deceased on the scene. No injuries were reported from the boat, and the Amaranth RCMP continue to investigate. All right, they've hired a new GM for Neepawa's new hotel by Owen Devereaux. Neepawa's newest hotel chain will be helmed by someone who, it's very safe to say, knows a thing or two about the accommodation industry. The Best Western Plus has announced that it has hired John Anderson as its inaugural general manager. The role of GM is to oversee the daily operation of the hotel, ensuring all staff are fully trained and supported, as well as ensuring guests' expectations are not only met but exceeded. Anderson arrives in Neepawa with around 35 years of hotel management experience, having recently served as the GM for a Days Inn and Suites in Yorkton, Saskatchewan. Back in 2023, he was honored with the Days Inn Canada National General Manager of the Year Award. His Yorkton hotel also received the President's Award for maintaining 4-star or higher service and quality standards. Along with his time in Yorkton, Anderson has also managed high-end hotels in Lake Louise and Jasper, Alberta, as well as helping to build and open the Best Western Plus in Brandon. As for how the opportunity in Neepawa came to his attention, Anderson said that it all began years ago through his working with Excel 7 Limited on a previous project in Brandon. It was that work in the Wheat City which first introduced John to the Westman region and local developers to Anderson's work ethic, management style, and attention to detail. When the prospect of a new hotel being operated in nearby Neepawa became a reality, Anderson was one of the top names on the hiring list due to his decades of expertise. He said, "I was in talks with a couple of the investors over the past year, and after chatting with my wife and family, I decided to take on this exciting opportunity. Both my wife and I fell in love with Neepawa the first time we saw it. We are looking forward to making this area our home." Once the outside facade of the building is completed, the interior work will kick into high gear, and that's where Anderson will begin putting his mark on the project. Aside from the construction aspects, there are several day-to-day decisions to make in the very near future. He said, "Right now we're at the stage where we're getting close to the outside of the building being done. Once it's enclosed, there's the design work on the inside, and I'll be working closely with Best Western and Excel 7, the construction company, to ensure everything is at the Best Western standard. As well, there are so many little things to take care of. That's everything from ordering the shampoos, towels, linens, to front desk supplies, for example, the finishing touches. As for when the hiring of staff will begin, Anderson told the Banner and Press it will begin very soon. An employment notice will be made public soon for the 25 different positions that will be a part of the hotel." Anderson closed out our conversation expressing his excitement for the community of Neepawa to see the final product. "So I want to make sure that when we get the right people in place, that they're there to serve the guests right and make the experience memorable, because every hotel gives you a bed. What it comes down to is what's the differences when it comes to service of the guests. I'm looking forward to being the GM of the Best Western Plus Hotel here and make not only myself proud of the hotel, but the town of Neepawa proud as well." So there's a picture here of John Anderson in front of the new hotel in Neepawa that is not quite done being constructed, but it's getting closer. Now we have another fun day happening at the Minnedosa Heritage Village in Minnedosa. It's called Heritage Day, August 18th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They will have Manitoba muzzle loaders, Métis trappers, kids games, kiddies train, critter dipping, beanbag toss, free bubbles, birdhouse making 10 and under, face painting, carpet bowling, Victoria Quilts quilt show, crafters, wood carvers, leather work, Métis sashes, knitting, exhibits, blacksmithing, rope making, butter making, spinning wheel, UCT 50/50 grand prize draw, Waves of Hope kayak tickets, Métis 50/50 ticket sales, and a concession from noon till 4 p.m., cash only. And they will also have live music. So to get into this, it's by donation, cash only at Minnedosa Heritage Village. Manitoba Youth Beef Roundup. The 17th annual Manitoba Youth Beef Roundup was held August 2nd to 4th, 2024 at Stride Exhibition Place in Neepawa, Manitoba. This may be the best Manitoba Youth Beef Roundup ever held, with a record number of enthusiastic junior cattle producers and the largest number of cattle to date. Over 100 youth and 115 head of cattle gathered for an educational and fun weekend. This event draws youth aged 6 to 25 from Ontario, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. Committee members consist of co-chairs Lois McRae, Jake Rollick and Laura Horner, Emma Harms, Ken and Carrie Hinsberg, Ryla Hunter, Megan Kemp, Samantha Coruscant, Lana Kraus, Mary Jane Orr, Alberta Michelle Rimke, Dallas Robertson, Alice Rook, Blair McCrae, Kara Thompson, and Bobby Joe Foster. The success of this event is attributed to not only the teamwork of the committee members, but also the hands-on assistance of parent volunteers jumping in whenever and wherever necessary. Our judges for the weekend were Justin Harcourt from Quill Lake, Saskatchewan, and Mason Beck from Lang, Saskatchewan. Friday events kicked off with the ever-popular Ag Challenge. Members are grouped into teams of all ages and sent on a scavenger hunt for various items. Educational workshops, including learning how to wash and care for the animal's hair and grooming, herd health with Dr. Liz Ostendorf from the Neepawa Vet Clinic, making a herd health plan, record keeping and verifying the beef program, health and medicine, mock interviews, branding yourself, filling out applications, and essential HR guides. Juniors finished off the hot day with the popular slip and slide. Saturday began bright and early with judging workshops facilitated by Justin and Mason. Senior members were then required to judge heifers, steers, sheep, hay, and a scenario class, filling out a judging card for each and providing oral reasons for the cattle, sheep, and scenario classes. Intermediates provided oral reasons for the heifer and sheep class and written reasons for the others. Juniors provided written reasons for all and oral reasons for the heifer class. Pee-wee members and new juniors were involved in a unique cattle camp where they learned how to judge in a more appropriate setting, as well as making and tying rope halters. After lunch, cattle camp members worked on grooming and showmanship, while everyone else participated in team grooming, team judging, and sales talks. The evening concluded with group members competing in the cook-off, where each group was provided with a steak and was required to prepare a meal for 2 discerning judges' evaluation. Our judges were treated to feasts worthy of kings and queens. Steak judges were Cam and Tracy Wood, Albert Rimke, Phil Reimer, Devin Boytson, and Wade Beck. Sunday is show day. It begins with showmanship, followed by the confirmation show, a parade of 4-H champions, and the Supreme Show. The weekend concludes with awards and supper. A large crowd attended the weekend events. Now it has a whole ton of results from all of this whole weekend, which I am not going to read because there's just too many of them. But here's a picture, a great picture of the roundup of all the people that were involved. That's awesome. All right, there was another agricultural thing happening. MCDC Field Day 2024 held in Carberry. This is by Rain Pryor, Local Journalism Initiative. Now the MCDC, that stands for Manitoba Crop Diversification Centre. It held its annual field day at Carberry on August 7th, which opens the site up to interested parties to share the centre's ongoing research projects and offer some preliminary results. This year, there were over 130 attendees who visited the site, hearing presentations on different research avenues and getting a hands-on look at the site's test crops. MCDC is one of the 4 diversification centers that the province runs, but is unique in that it is owned by a consortium consisting of Keystone Potato Producers Association, McCain Foods, and Simplot Canada. It is a potato-focused research organization, and its crop diversification research complements its applied potato research for the purposes of effective crop rotations and enhancing potato production. The event was opened by MCDC Board Chair Susan Ainsworth, also General Manager of Keystone Potato Producers Association, followed by an address from Minister of Agriculture Ron Kostyshin. He highlighted how research into new technologies and innovations addresses both the need for profitability for producers and also environmental concerns. Site diversification specialist Hayder Abbas took the lead on guiding guests through a morning session of presentations at the main MCDC site, including testing legume varieties in annual crop rotations and opportunities for intelligent technologies in agriculture, among several others. Some projects also take place across the network of 4 diversification centers to test the effects of differences in topography and soil type. Today is very different for MCDC because we showcase our research, what we do, said Abbas. We can extend that information to producers here so that they can make informed decisions if that research is working for their site or if that research is even for their site. So that brings many producers, academic institutions, and federal and provincial government officials to see what research projects that are happening at MCDC. Attendees came from across the province as well as from neighboring provinces and beyond, who can also take advantage of the type of research that MCDC is conducting. While the centre has several partnerships, including with academic institutions, Abbas indicated that industry makes up the biggest part of the partnerships. This is largely because what they do at the centre is applied research, which builds on the basic research and knowledge development already done by academic institutions. Afternoon presentations took place at the potato research site located 2 miles to the north of the main MCDC site, beginning with an update on current issues facing the potato industry, particularly focused on pests and disease. Other potato-specific presentations included fertilizer and row direction trials and the use of digital agriculture for potato fertility. MCDC was established in and has been holding its field days since 1993. Next year's event is scheduled for August the 6th, 2025. So here we have a few pictures. Over 130 people attended this Manitoba Crop Diversification Centre's annual field day held in Carberry. The event shares the latest crop practices and information with regional producers. Here and here. Okay, so I read that. Now, family fun at the Gladstone Fair Parade. So these pictures on the upper part of the page show some of the many entries from the parade at the annual Gladstone Fair, which was held this past weekend. Horses were in the parade, classic cars, and much more were featured. Tractors, and look at this fun-looking kiddie train. All right, the 4th annual Neepawa Titans Classic Golf Tournament. The Neepawa Titans hockey team's 4th annual Neepawa Titans Classic Golf Tournament wrapped up at the Neepawa Golf and Country Club recently. Congratulations to the team of Greg Hawken, Kevin Lewandowski, Kyle Martin, Talon and Kelly Wallace, who were presented with the Harris Pharmacy Trophy as the winners of the Titans Classic. Here, in addition to the good times had with the golfing itself, some extra fun was had as some individuals had specialized Hawaiian-style shirts. The special touch? Images of Coach Kenny Pearson's face had been added to the pattern. Here's Kenny pictured with them right here. And these are the guys that have the Kenny's picture on the... brother. The registration desk at the Neepawa Titans Golf Tournament was a busy place as the tournament was filled. There were about 28 former players who returned to Neepawa to participate. The people here are Titans volunteer Eleanor Nicholson, Tara McCarty, billet coordinator, player Cade Benson, Tammy Wilson, billet coordinator, and another player, Braden Mikulchuk. Now, some more sports news. Minnedosa Golf and Country Club 2024 Club Champions. Here is Derek Cameron, who was the men's champion, the ladies champion Clara Peak, and the senior men's champion Jamie Armstrong. Thank you to everyone who participated in the event, which was held on Sunday, August 11th. Spectators were treated to a thrilling 4-man, 3-hole playoff between the past 4 club champions, Derek Cameron, 2022, Zane McDonald, 2023, Grant Jacobsen, 2020, and Brett McNabb, 2021, with Derek ultimately prevailing on the 3rd playoff hole with a 2-putt birdie. Congratulations to all of our champions. And this is news about Neepawa's Golf Club Championship by Owen Devereaux. There was a trio of very familiar names atop the leaderboard for the 2024 Neepawa Golf and Country Club's annual club championship. First, the dominance of Hayden Delaloy in the men's category continued for the 4th straight year as he posted an impressive 2-day total of 141, 3 under par over the weekend. Meanwhile, for the 2nd time in the last 4 years, Don Schmal would take the senior men's title, and Daniel Bell was victorious in the women's division. Bell has won multiple club championships over the past decade, as well as a previous Neepawa Senior Ladies Open winner. After shooting a solid 2 under on the first day, Delaloi headed into Sunday's round looking to stay consistent and as straight down the fairway as possible. He told the Banner and press that he left himself a couple of challenging second shots, but that his efforts with the irons really kept him out of any real danger out there. He also noted that his success with putting was a big factor in earning his 4th straight club title. My putter was definitely hot, and there were some huge putt par saves out there. If they didn't drop, it could have gone the other way for me out there. The putting really came through for me though, and if it hadn't, it would have been a different story out there, said Delaloi. This win should be a great send-off for Delaloi, as he will now prepare to head south for the winter months. The teenager will be a member of the golf team for Southeast Community College, a post-secondary program based in Nebraska. Hayden will be starting his first semester within the next couple of weeks. Neepawa Golf and Country Club General Manager and CPGA Golf Pro Landon Cameron has watched Hayden's skills in the sport develop over the years. He told the Banner Press it's been great seeing him grow as a player and as a person through the years. He's just grown into a good golfer, and his maturity level and how he perceives the game has just improved over the years, stated Cameron. He has a great opportunity in Nebraska to really progress his game, work with some high-end coaches, and play some top competition in college golf. And the community in Neepawa is behind him and will be rooting for him from up here. Congratulations to Hayden and best of luck in Nebraska. So this is a picture of Hayden getting a congratulatory handshake from Landon Cameron. And this is back to Neepawa Golf and Country Club Senior Ladies Open. Brandon's Shauna Daniluk has claimed top spot at the 2024 Neepawa Golf and Country Club Senior Ladies Open. Daniluk, who plays out of the Wheat City Golf Course, put up a solid round of 83 over 18 holes on Wednesday, August the 7th, 2 shots clear of Jane Troop, her nearest competition. Daniluk has competed in the Open on several occasions, winning the event in 2019 and finishing second last year. After her round, Daniluk told the Banner and Press that wind on this day created a few challenging shots, but that overall she was happy with her round, how it progressed. You have to learn to play into the wind at times. It's part of the challenge of the game. But overall, the course is in great shape, and I always enjoy the challenge Neepawa provides, and it was just a good day all around. This isn't the only local event where Daniluk has been victorious, as she also won the Minnedosa Open earlier this year. So the championship flight, first was Shauna Daniluk with an 83, Jane Troop with an 85, Carol Dalrymple with an 89, and Heather Grant with a 91. In the first flight, first was Sue Leaney with 110, Corinne Roy with 111, Jean Garbalinski 111, and Irene Martineau 111. And for 9 holes, first came Connie McLeod with the 49 and Donna Lewis with the 54. Good. All right, next we have some pictures of some illuminating work underway in Neepawa. The ongoing work to replace a portion of Neepawa's street lamps continued this week, with crews working on the lamps again on Wednesday morning. The pictures here show the corner of Hamilton Street and Brown Avenue, where Serenity Hair and Body Studio and the post office are located. And here's some pictures of what's happening in Manitoba honey season. It's honey season and the beekeepers are piling up the honey supers very high this year. This hive yard, located in the Austin area, is protected by a sturdy electric fence in order to keep out the bears. That's hilarious. The supers can be stacked in the above photo and in the background of the photo on the left. The photos on the right shows a close look at a portion of the electric fence. Boy, that is stacked pretty high. Affordable Luxury arrives in Neepawa, by Owen Devereaux. Why are we still building homes the same way we did 150 years ago? That's a question Rob Moman, Paul Zacharias, and the rest of the team at This and That Manufacturing Limited Dream Concepts have been asking themselves as of late, as they have figured out the answer. We shouldn't be. A factory tour and ribbon cutting was held on Friday, August the 9th for This and That's new 15,000 square foot production building in Neepawa. The recently constructed complex is just northwest of Rocky Mountain Equipment on the portion of Hamilton that leads directly towards the new hospital. This and That's facility will be where a variety of modular homes are assembled locally, but also can be sold and shipped nationally. A modular home is built in a factory and then trucked over to the building site. The home arrives at the job site and placed on the foundation. Once completed, these styles of house are pretty much indistinguishable from a traditional on-site home that are still built the old-fashioned way, one at a time, by hand, and out in the elements. Another difference is that a modular can be built in reduced time, lowering the overall cost to the homeowner. Dream Concepts Inc. President Paul Zacharias told the Banner and Press that this is a quickly emerging market. You can have a high standard of living at an affordable price, and that's what we're trying to achieve. Our slogan is affordable luxury, and what that means is there is no reason you can't have a high-end product at an affordable price, said Zacharias. As for the new space itself, it's part of a much-needed expansion of This and That's modular housing division. While it has been in operation for several years, it has recently received approval to sell more varieties of Canadian standards. A Canadian Standards Association, CSA, approved homes all across Canada. This business expansion facilitated the need for a lot more room, and this new facility has just that, as up to 6 separate houses could now be constructed at the same time. Our goal is to have 6 boxes. I call them boxes, but they can be homes. They can be boxes for a multi-story building. It could be whatever, on the go at the same time. Once we are fully staffed, we'll be able to complete 6 building projects every 30 days. A full staff would consist of between 15 and 20 people, including a variety of tradespeople, like electricians or carpenters, for example. Zacharias said this type of opportunity is very intriguing to many in the field, as the controlled conditions of the production facility make for a more pleasant work environment. You're not out in the elements like an on-site build. We brought in some short-term contractors to help with the framing on one of our projects, and they've only been here a few days, and there's already conversations started on that they might want to come work here full-time because of the environment. Looking back at the festivities of the day, a large swath of locals came out for the building tour and to support the local businesses' efforts. Agassiz MLA Jody Byron was also on hand and presented This and That with a special acknowledgement for its long-time support for the community. This and That production manager Rob Moman said they are grateful for everyone's support. I really appreciate the community's support. Over the last little while, I've had a lot of people asking, what are you doing over there? So it's really nice to now be able to open the doors and actually have people come and see what we're actually doing. So this is what the building looks like. This is Rob and Mr. Zacharias. And these are some of the people that attended the opening. All right. Neepawa Dairy Queen serves up miracle treats. Neepawa's Dairy Queen was extra popular on Thursday, August the 8th, with the return of its annual Miracle Treat Day initiative. This annual event supports the Children's Health Foundation and Children's Miracle Network with proceeds from the sale of each blizzard served that day, supporting the Winnipeg Children's Hospitals. Activities that day, in addition to enjoying delicious frosty treats, included face painting and live performers, like example here given by Beanie and Bam and Man and Midnight Renegade. And this group of friends takes a quick pause from their conversation and ice cream to smile for the camera. The DQ was bustling with activity both indoors and outdoors. The Neepawa Dairy Queen employees worked very hard that day. Oh, here's another sports event. Plumas wins game, one of SCBL final. For the majority of the Santa Clara Baseball League season, the Plumas Pirates have been a team that has won or lost based on their pitching. But in game one of the league final on Friday, August 9th, it was the club's bats that decided it was their time to shine. Plumas put up an impressive 15 hits on the Portage Padres on their way to a dominant 17-6 win. Pretty much everyone in a Pirates uniform registered a hit on this night, with Sam Kontz and Rylan Single leading the charge, each going 3 for 4 at the bat, with 3 runs batted in apiece. Brady Walker, meanwhile, also had a great night, going 2 for 4 with 4 RBIs. Plumas jumped out to a 12-0 lead before the Padres rallied with 6 runs of their own in the bottom of the 5th. Dylan Laramie hit a home run for Portage during that comeback. It would not be enough, however, as Plumas added 6 more runs in the final 2 innings of action to make the final 17-6. Pitcher Riley McBride picked the win for Plumas with a 6-inning effort start, while Justin Walker ended any hopes of a Padres prayer, coming into the game in relief and collecting the save. With the victory, Plumas takes a 1-0 series lead and, perhaps even more importantly, steal away home field advantage, as this game was played in Portage. Game 2 was in Plumas on Wednesday, August the 14th, and concluded after the Banner Press publication deadline. The rest of the series schedule is as follows. Game 3, Friday, August 16th in Portage. Game 4, if necessary, Monday, August 19th in Plumas. And Game 5, if necessary, Wednesday, August 21st in Portage La Prairie. All games have a scheduled 6:30 start time. All right, now I've talked about some other communities. Now this is Arden is having a White Mud Music Festival, August 23rd and 24th, of course, 2024. Friday, Ranky, Lunch Money, and the B34st are playing. On Saturday, Annabella Proper Brad Johnson and the Talent, Roulette, and 8-track Shuffle. There'll be a Tom Petty tribute by Damn the Torpedoes, an AC/DC tribute by For Those About to Rock, and a Guns N' Roses tribute by Rattlesnake Suitcase. Friday entertainment starts at 7. Saturday entertainment starts at noon. So, tickets available at Harris Pharmacy, Neepawa Legion, Municipality of Glenella Lansdowne offices. Now, on the back page, we have some pictures of another fair, Sun and Fun at the annual Calwood Fair. There was plenty to see and do at the annual Calwood Agricultural Fair on Saturday, August the 10th, in conjunction with the Eleanor Rose Quilt Show. Organized each year by the Calwood Ag Society, this year's event was staged in memory of longtime President Dwayne Stewart. The day included a parade, a horse show, and exhibitions, as well as the Andy Aucoin Memorial Show and Shine. So here we have pictures of musicians Alana and Ian Portis, Maya Clark of Glenella, the Calwood Fair Horse Driving Competition, more Calwood horses featuring a young rider with a pony, and youngsters Oliver and Francis tending to a lemonade stand. And here they had a large variety of local art and produce displays. They were also showcased during the Calwood Fair. Now here we have a picture of our MP, Dan Mazier. He hosted a community barbecue in Neepawa. On Wednesday, August the 14th. Each summer, Mazier holds several of these events throughout the riding to meet with his constituents in a more informal, fun setting. Oh, that looks like fun. I'll go back here. Ooh. All right, we only have 2 minutes left, so I'm just going to read a letter that Weldon Newton submitted, thanking those who do a thankless job in sports. Baseball season is over in Neepawa for this year. The unfortunate issue for baseball in Neepawa and indeed all of Manitoba is the lack of certified officials to officiate the games. There are some certified officials in Neepawa, but none at level 3, which is required to work the plate in senior ball and do any provincial or regional playoff games. To these individuals, I say thank you and hope you will continue and develop your skills. Having attended games for most of the teams in the Santa Clara Baseball League, it is evident that other teams have the same problem. It appears most of the umpires are from Brandon, Portage, or Minnedosa. At least one team and maybe as many as 3 teams have no local umpires. Umpires must be certified every year at the appropriate level. When you decide to umpire in senior men's or high school baseball, the players expect you to know where to stand and move, to get the best view of the play on the diamond, and to wear the proper uniform as designated by Baseball Canada or Baseball Manitoba. As they say, at least look like an umpire. They also expect you to have a good working knowledge of the rule book for your certified level. I realize not everyone has the desire or personality to become an umpire. There certainly is opportunity to contribute to the development of the sport if you desire. Hopefully new people will set up in the future to become umpires. It's hard to have a baseball game without umpires. That's right, Weldon Newton of Neepawa, Manitoba. Anyways, that is it for this week's edition of the Neepawa Banner and Press. Thank you for joining us today, and we will see you another time, I'm sure. So bye for now.